Maximize your wealth now.
Yes, in business, finance, family, and lifestyle. Think about it. As a certified financial educator, my whole goal for this program originally was to bring business and finance together with spiritual principles and universal laws. And all of it needs to come from the heart. Got it?
Maximize your wealth now.
Absolutely. Yes! Welcome to Maximize Your Wealth Now in Business, Finance, Family, and Lifestyle, our very first show, and we are so excited to be here.
Being here with Shirlene is nothing short of a miracle. It happened through both of our inner guidance told us that we needed to get together and create a show that we could deliver information that is information that you wouldn't normally receive in school or from your friends or your colleagues. Shirlene is a wizard when it comes to finances, and most people that I know have trouble understanding finances. So we get to talk about money here without any hesitation or I'll say bad feelings. We're going to have a good talk about money, and everybody's going to be able to feel good about finances and their finances. So we're going to learn a lot. And the other thing is that I'm really excited that we're going to be introducing to you global difference makers, because they're going to help share information and things that they've done that have changed the world for the better in a way that has really lifted humanity. And we want to bring that information to you too. So it's super exciting to be here today, and I'm thrilled to introduce our new guest that we have.
And this show is all about information that you would never have known otherwise. Maybe you're going to be looking for something special and you'll never be able to figure out where to find it, but we are going to bring it to you. We are going to bring you guest experts that have experienced things that you are looking for answers to. And I'm really excited about bringing our guest experts to you today. It's going to be so much fun and so enlightening. And we are going to bring them as soon as we come back from this little break. I'm a woman who really focuses from the heart and really thinks about all of those around me. And I believe strongly that if we play together, we can all rise together at the same time. And I've been an intuitive since I was a child. And when I was on Maui for 5 years working with Ram Dass and Wayne Dyer, I really learned how to develop that. And I learned a very important little tip that I'd like to share with you. And that is that if you follow Spirit suggestion, you will always walk the right path. And that's why I'm here with you sitting right now, is because I followed Spirit suggestion. And it came many years ago. And things don't always happen right away. We don't even know how it's going to unfold. We just get a message that says, this is what you need to do. And this TV program is one of those things that I needed to do. That's what Spirit says, because there's so many messages that we need to share with others so that they can take the next step forward. And I learned in my studies the importance of taking that next step, taking that risk to move forward, even if you don't know how it's going to be planned out. There's no way you can know sometimes, and you just have to step forward. So my message is always listen to Spirit. And if you aren't tuned into that yet, do like I did. Sit quietly and listen to what Spirit's trying to get through to you. Then take the next step, just like I did for the TV show. I moved down from San Diego to San Diego without even knowing why I was moving to San Diego. Then sure enough, look at where we are today. And it happens so quickly. We met wonderful people, this TV program, and then Barbara Wainwright, who I absolutely adore, is a part of it too. So what a gift. I am so fortunate to be here today and coming to you from my heart.
Helice Sparky Bridges is known as the First Lady of Acknowledgement, a best-selling author, trainer, speaker, mentor, life coach, and entertainer. Sparky is a TEDx presenter and creator of the world-famous Who I Am Makes a Difference Blue Ribbon Ceremony, proven to avert suicide and end bullying, make dreams come true in a minute or less. Since 1983, as a founder of Difference Makers International, Helice has been an unstoppable force in helping create dignity and respect among all people through the power of acknowledgement. Her Blue Ribbon Acknowledgement message has impacted over 40 million people worldwide. Sparky has been called a cross between Martin Luther King, Gandhi, and Lucille Ball. She is the recipient of the TKF Gandhi Nonviolence Award, and her wisdom brings out the goodness and greatness in people of every age, race, and religion. Now at the age of 73, this adorable and unstoppable grandmother is launching her new company, Ignite What's Right. She's a community change agent, and her focus is on 1 billion people out of every 7 on the planet, shifting their focus from talking about what's not working to acknowledging what is working. A tipping point for positive social change. Welcome, Helice Sparky Bridges.
Well, hi. After all that, I'm just honored to be here in your first show after many, many, many years of dreaming this, because that's what it takes, doesn't it?
It does. It takes many years of dreaming before you can get to this point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're very grateful that you are here with us today on our first show. And I know that you have a blue ribbon on your heart.
Yes.
And I would love to know if you would tell us how you were motivated to develop your blue ribbon ceremony.
You know, I'm 73 years young now. And when I was 37, I was a millionaire. I had a home on the ocean. I was married, two children. But what I was missing is appreciation, respect, and love from only one person, my husband. Now, everybody has one person, perhaps, in their life where you want to get, you know, whether it's your parents, your teacher, somebody that you want to be recognized by. So I found myself one day screaming, and I thought, I got to figure out a way to get out of this environment. Money and wealth never really appealed that much to me. I didn't know what to do with it. I had more. I bought more clothes. I bought more hangers. I bought hangers. So the beauty about the Blue Ribbon Ceremony is it got created out of my need to be appreciated, respected, and loved by my husband, one person in the whole world. And I just needed that feeling from him. I was over 18 years, he would always tell me what I was doing wrong, chipping away at my self-worth, and I didn't even know what self-worth was, but I was also a very successful business person. We owned a big house on the ocean. I drove a Mercedes, of which I paid for. I had beautiful clothes. And yet, when I came home, if he didn't love me and look at me and tell me I was special instead of chipping away, I just would shrink up and be very subservient to him. And he was a very controlling gentleman, also a great businessman. And that's the truth. And then what happened was I was suicidal. I decided one day, over a long period of time, I said I'm going to take my life. And in the day I was going to do that, I dropped to my knees, screamed to the heavens, and I said, stop the world. I got to get off and find a place where people love each other. And in that moment, I heard a voice that came right through me. And it said, you cannot take your life because you're going to sing, dance, write, and have a musical on Broadway in New York City. So the beginning of something that's special and we don't know what that's all about is really a divine moment. And then the next thing that happened is I wanted to sing and dance and write. So I decided I would do that. And my next door neighbor told me I was crazy, too old, too short, couldn't carry a tune. And I said, yeah, so can't you get a coach? You know, isn't that what people do when they... So,
to make you grow?
Absolutely. So I just went, and I, by the way, always ask somebody that's going to say yes to your dream, no matter, not somebody who'll say you're crazy. And so so one of my clients in real estate, she told me she was on Broadway in New York, and I called her and said where to go, and she told me how to audition for a musical. Here's how the Blue Ribbon happened. While I was in this musical, I was with 17 to 23-year-olds. I'm 37. I can't sing worth a boop, but they thought I was a comedian. because I was so off key all the time. They thought I was professional. You know, when you snort, I don't know when I'm going to do that. So I just want to say that people laugh, all right? But I wound up in this musical. But here's the thing I learned. I learned that I went from competitive environment in real estate to cooperative. What I learned is that there was a team of young people, and I fell in love with them, and they came to me and asked me for their support, and I could give to them where my kids were preteens. They were surfing every day. And when I've heard something that said I have to stop my world and move on, and I heard a voice that said, you've got to make a difference in the world. Today we hear that everywhere. But in those days, in 1979, that didn't exist. In late 1979, I went to a hunger project, San Diego Hunger Project, and I raised my hand and I said, I will help to end world hunger. 21 kids were dying every minute and they didn't have to. And I had made $1 million. Why couldn't I do that? In that year, I spoke to 50,000 people about ending world hunger, and here's where the ribbon came straight out. People came up to me after I spoke, and they said, I'm hungry myself. My father just lost his job. Somebody else would say, my mother's got cancer. Somebody else would say, my brother just got put in jail because he's for drugs. And I'm going through a divorce. And I'm thinking, I can't help you. I don't even know what to do. And then all of a sudden I thought, maybe they needed the kind of love that my parents gave me when I grew up. Maybe they needed to be told that who they are made a difference. And with that, I created a ribbon that says who I am makes a difference. And I began to go up to people, my kids' teachers, then my neighbors, and tell them how much they mattered. In 3 months, 35,000 people got a ribbon like this. And everybody asks, how can we get a ribbon? And today, 40 million people around the world have this message. And may I take a moment to honor you? So, all of our ribbons are hand cut by our adults with disabilities. And they're printed and shipped all over the world in 12 languages. So I honor that. And Barbara, I have a blue ribbon for you, and it says, who I am makes a difference. I want to honor how much fun you are, how brilliant you are. You were a software person, now you're a television person. You help everybody, you look smashing, and you don't need somebody to do your hair. You do it by yourself. Would you accept this gift?
I would, thank you, yes.
May I place it on you?
Yes, please.
It goes above your heart, up toward all your greatest dreams coming true. When you look at this ribbon, I want you to always remember that I'm going to be cheering you on for all your dreams. In the ribbon is a community of cheerleaders in this logo. And in order to get the cheerleaders jumping when you have a dream, instead of saying you're crazy, you're dumb, it ain't going to happen, I take the spark from my heart, put it in the ribbon, I go, bing, bing, and it's the sound of making dreams come true. And every time you hear a bing, you'll know that someone somewhere just got their dream.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Bing!
Bing!
We'll be right back.
All right, that's good.
Aren't you sick of running from networking class to networking group, lunch to dinner, holding all different kinds of cups in every different meeting? Well, it's time to quit that. It's time for massive visibility and massive income. You can really win this game if you just learn how. It's so simple. So join the celebrity guest experts. They know the answers, and it's your turn.
My name is Barbara Wainwright. I'm a certified professional coach. In fact, I train coaches how to coach, and I've trained over 6,000 professional coaches all over the world. I love all of them. They are the most amazing people because, why? They love helping others. They love being of service. And that is my essence too. I love people. I love being with people. I love laughing. I love being silly. I love having a good time. And I love lifting people up. It's when they find something that's right in front of them and they get to take that step into their highest, best self, and they get to beam a bright light of who they are. That's the magic that I love to see. And I know that it's in everyone. I love helping people to go inside, find their purpose, find their passion, and take the steps forward to live it. We know they can do it. It wouldn't be in here if it wasn't meant to be.
Our next guest is Empress Iris Stallworth-Grayling, an empowerment guide, transformational retreat leader, and joyologist. After 36 years of working with clients, she transitioned into the world of transformational coaches and visionary leaders to complete her mission of guiding thousands of clients to claim their power and joy at a global level. Empress Iris is very passionate about supporting those who serve from the heart as they do their meaningful work of empowering others. This truly lights her up. Through the power of the Empress, you can tune in to divine guidance as your ultimate GPS to guide and support your journey in your next steps. Welcome, Empress Iris Stallworth-Grayling.
Oh, this is my absolute pleasure to be here today.
Well, we are so excited that you are here, and you flew a long way to be on our set today.
Well, it's worth it to be on your first show. This is very, very exciting. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, I just want to say welcome, Iris, and we've known each other for a long time. In fact, you took one of my coaching courses many years ago,
Yes.
right? So it was an honor to be able to meet you in person and get to share these moments with you. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about the gifts that you have for others by being of service to them. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
Oh, I would love to, Barbara. What is so thrilling to me is that I get to support those of you that make a big difference in the world. Visionaries like Sparky, like you, Shirlene, like you, Barbara. I also love supporting those that do meaningful work in the world, like taking care of others. I think of my mom, and she's 90 years old. And what is so wonderful is that this woman was there for her and treated my mother with such care. And what I want to do is to be able to support people like this. Also, people who are teachers and nurses. That is what really makes a difference. So they are nourished, and when they're giving, they are getting something back. So I developed a program, a system that helps them connect to their joy.
Wow, that's fabulous. That's exciting. So connecting to your own inner joy. Tell me, what is the process? Is that a process or system? Tell us how that works.
And what is a joyologist?
Well, a joyologist is someone who studies the essence of joy. And can I tell you a story about how I became a joyologist?
Oh, would you?
Oh, yes, that'd be great.
I love her stories. They're always so good.
Well, I have to admit this, that I used to think that my accomplishments were my badge of honor. And I was rushing around from one task to the other. And what happened is I was rushing and I fell down the steps one day and I hit my head on concrete. And I was very lucky. I didn't have a major concussion, but my doctor said, you have to rest and stay in bed for at least 3 weeks. Now, not only 3 weeks in bed, but she said, no TV,
What?
no computers, and no books. Can you imagine? So I'll tell you a secret. A secret, right? Don't tell anybody. So I was resting with Deepak.
Oh, you were in
Really?
bed with
Deepak
Deepak?
Chopra.
Yeah, Chopra. Yeah. And you know who else? Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, I love Eckhart.
Listening to CDs, you see. That's
Yes.
what I was doing. And I heard Deepak say that joy is the divine quality of your true self, which is inherently lighthearted, playful, and free. I had like 3 weeks of doing nothing but resting and taking it in, and something shifted. I realized that joy is a gift from God, and that joy is a wonderful quality that connects us to our higher self. It's wonderful, and you're playful, and you know, when I think of young kids, if they're safe, young kids, you know how they just are bursting with creativity and they're free of the ego and they're exploring. This is the essence of joy.
Yes. I love watching little kids play, and the eyes are just light up and they have so much fun.
Yes.
With anything, you know,
wonderful.
it could be a cardboard box, right? It doesn't matter. They can have fun and experience joy in that moment with anything, right? That's
Now,
beautiful.
Iris, you have a lot of history in working with your clients that brings you to this point. Could you share with us a little bit about what your background is?
Well, I started out, like I have mentioned, with the interest in how people become more connected to their power. And that ended up leading me toward a hypnotherapy practice. Then I did that for 12 years. Then I transitioned into a psychotherapy practice for 24 years. So for 36 years, I was able to witness how when people were more able to be in their joy, they were able to claim more of their power, because I believe that that's inherently what we have. It's not that you have to go out and get it. You don't have to get a degree to validate it. A degree is wonderful, but it's not the ultimate. Because the ultimate, and this was something that was the real key that I discovered those 3 weeks when I had to really dramatically slow down, is that joy opens the channels to divine guidance.
Great message.
It's so wonderful, because there is the way joy lifts you up. In fact, joy, did you know it is a superpower?
Nope.
It is a superpower, because when you're more in your joy, the validation now from science, you know, science takes a while to catch up to metaphysics, and which wise people have known for a millennium.
Right.
Indigenous people have a wisdom, but it takes science to catch up. Well, they actually are able to see that your immune system is boosted, your endorphins are flowing when you're in the joy. You think more clearly.
Nice.
You're more creative.
Nice.
And so there is a wonderful way that joy connects you to all these inherent gifts. I was able to use divine guidance to give me the answer. It's felt so great that I have the ultimate support. And so do you. It's a matter of clearing away what is blocking the messages. Are you a visionary with a mission? A nurse, teacher? I love supporting those who empower others. I'm Empress Iris, and based on my 39 years of guiding clients to step into their joy and power, I created a system of mindset and lifestyle shifts. Tune into the superpowers of joy. Open the channels to divine guidance. Contact me at joylovepower.com.
you did bring us a free gift today.
Yes, I did. I would love to give all of you a gift of a monthly call where I have wonderful heart-centered guests, and they're going to share how joy for them is a path to power. They're going to strip away the veil and tell you how joy really makes their life so meaningful. So
It's just been so wonderful. Your messages are just so powerful.
That's a great message. I have to say that. It's such a great message about the joy, because connecting and knowing what your inner guidance is super important. And if joy is the pathway to get there, to be able to hear those messages, that's important. Thank you so much for joining us today, Iris.
Oh, this is my joy to have been here with all of you.
And we just love having you here. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We are so excited because we have some more great information for you from Iris. She's going to share about the vibrations of joy.
So I invite you to connect with the 3 distinct vibrations of joy. There is the vibration of inner peace. There is the vibration of love. And there is the vibration of play. So I invite you to connect to all 3 because they are mystical and magical gifts.
Those are wonderful tips. And we're going to be back with you next week with some awesome guests, or Helice Sparky Bridges. And I know you're going to love this because she has got a plethora of information to bring to us with such wisdom. And I can't wait to have our grandma back on the set. So see you next week at the same time.
Welcome to our studio, Helice Sparky Bridges.
I am so welcome to be here. That was funny, huh? Okay.
Oh. I thought she was going to say more.
Cut.